Hello, darling. I'm the icon Sanaya Alaya, and you're watching Ballroom Culture Television.
You want some fab ballroom exclusive content on the ballroom scene? Download Ballroom Culture TV app right now.
Pussy, meow.
Welcome, welcome. We here live with Deon, TC, and also legendary Hershey, gorgeous Gucci, Deon West.
Deon West. It's been a minute, so it's cool because when you came and did the first 40 Shades of Choke, I was a TC, so I get it. I get you.
Right.
It's all right.
Right. So Deon West and Hershey, legendary Hershey's gorgeous Gucci. I'm so happy to be here with y'all tonight. We about to break down the 40 Shades of Choke Ball Part 2 that's going down in Dallas, Texas on June 22nd. Yes, of 2025. So first of all, how y'all doing tonight?
I'm good. I'm here.
You said I'm here.
Okay, I'm ready to talk about this shit. Get into the shit. I feel good. I got my little hard head pouch with me, so I'm ready for the
Right. All right. Well, like I said, I really appreciate y'all bringing me into this event, and I can't wait to see like what goes down. The first one was so amazing. What made you want to throw this ball again, Deon?
So I've been wanting to do it, but I had some shit I had to get straight with ballroom here in the Gulf Coast, and I just really wanted to just keep the ball going. Like you said, it was something different. It was something fun. It was something that the Gulf Coast kind of requested me to do again. So I was like, let's keep it going.
All right. And what made you bring Hershey into it? Because I know the first time, didn't you do it by yourself?
Yeah, I did it by myself. That bitch kept asking me like, "Yo, can I do a ball with you? Can I do a ball with you? Can I do a ball with you?" No, I'm just like, no, I'm talking shit. But well, can we cuss on here?
Yeah, I mean, YouTube been real strict. Like I just got off of being banned. But
okay, yeah. So I don't want to cuss. I'm okay, but yeah. So Me and Hershey got a long history. We go way back. You know, I know her work ethic. I know, like I know what she give. And when I presented the ball, he hit me up and was like, "Hey, Deon, I want to do a ball with you." Honestly, a lot of people do hit me up and want to do balls with me, but I don't really like to partner with a lot of people. But I fuck with Hershey. I see what he's trying to do in the Gulf Coast. I respect his, grind out here. He's one of the other people out here that's like a parent that is like not just a parent to his house, but like a parent to the scene out here. He like do practices with people. He like one of them big dogs like me. So I was like, okay,
Right.
might as well let him do it. We do it together. I think we could put it. When I seen when we, start talking about the collaborations, I was like, you know what? I think this could be something pretty good. So come on, Hershey, let's do it.
And why did you choose this specific weekend to have this ball?
So Dallas Juneteenth weekend is our big Juneteenth weekend. It's not like our official Black Pride, but it might as well be like our Black Pride because like it kind of like took over. It's our biggest weekend that we have in here for black, for like black gay people or just
Juneteenth
black
is
people.
like the
Period.
new 4th of July, right?
It's
What
more like Juneteenth is more like Dallas's Houston Splash or like Atlanta Labor Day
Labor Day,
weekend.
4th of July in
That's what
Chicago,
Juneteenth
like
is for
yeah,
here.
yeah. So DC, whatever their pride is, it's like that's the big weekend to do it. And it's like one of the biggest weekends. So, and because I did it on Juneteenth last year and we was gonna do the part two, it only made sense to keep it
Right.
in that same weekend.
Right. The first time it was on Juneteenth?
Yeah, it was during Juneteenth last time.
Okay. All
Actually,
right.
no, it wasn't. I'm tweaking. No, it wasn't. We created that weekend. It wasn't Juneteenth. No, it wasn't.
Okay, okay.
But because
So
it is a big weekend here that weekend, and we're gonna bring it back, might as well bring it back on the best weekend we can bring it back on.
yeah, most definitely, most definitely.
Yeah, and there's gonna be a
So
lot of people in town throughout the weekend. It's already like, it's Pride here, so people gonna be coming to go to the club and stuff like that. And I just thought like, might as well do it that weekend so people can really experience that
right,
caliber of a ball. It's gonna be way bigger than it was and way better than it was the first time because ballroom is a little bit different here now too. So
right.
yeah.
And where you from originally, Deon?
Originally, originally I was born in Cleveland, Ohio, but
Oh, you were.
yeah, but I really don't. So I would say like I don't really know much about Cleveland, Ohio. I left at a young age, and so like most of the time I just say I'm from Atlanta because that's a short story. Like that's where I did most of my growing up at all my
When did you move to Atlanta? How old was you?
like 9.
Right, yeah. So you basically grew up there.
Yeah,
Right. Okay. So
yeah.
what made you move to Dallas and eventually start throwing balls there?
So I moved to Dallas because I was working on a program in Atlanta where I opened up like a drop-in center, and like kind of like brought the Kiki scene to Atlanta, and we started working on doing stuff. And it was working. I was at an organization where the drop-in centers start getting visibility from other places. So one of the organizations in Dallas seen what I was doing in Atlanta, and they kind of wanted to recreate that. So they moved me to Dallas. It was years after, but that's how it happened. But
Okay.
and because I kind of came already to work like with like that community kind of, that's how I started doing the ballroom stuff. So I
Right,
started
right.
throwing like little mini ball series and just like, doing little things to kind of help cultivate the ballroom scene here.
Right.
And it just ended up to, I've only thrown one mainstream ball here, which was the 40 Shades of Choke, outside of like the mini balls and, little things that I've done. But
Right.
yeah,
And
so.
Hershey, you from the Midwest, ain't you?
Yes, I'm originally from Chicago.
Right. So what made you move down there?
So I moved from Chicago to Atlanta. That's where I met Deon. So I met Deon in Atlanta. I was there when he first started the drop off center and starting the Kiki scene and everything. Um, I wound up coming to Dallas just off of visiting, just was on some visiting stuff and was like, oh, I kind of like it down here.
You must have been having a
And
good ass time.
man.
Damn. Like you said, you just came to visit and just stayed.
Yeah, I came to visit a couple of times, came down for some people's birthdays, and it was just like I like it because it's not as fast paced as Atlanta, but it ain't slow either. Like you have your time where you can party, but you also have your time where you can actually get yourself together, do like be on some grown stuff. And like I come from a fast paced city to move to Atlanta, still in a fast paced city. I was like, I need to slow down.
Right.
And Dallas was it.
Right. So that's what's up. At least y'all, y'all appreciate the city and y'all appreciate enough to want to, give back to the ballroom community by giving space and opportunity for people to come out and compete. So, you got all these grand prizes. Like you really did the big one this time. You did your big one the first time, but you really is really doing a big one this time. Tell me about like how you made this all come to fruition. Tell me about the sponsors, the people that helped you out, and yeah, even like your team, people that's helping you put things together.
All right, so really, I got a good support system. I have like a program that I do here, which is a extension of my organization. Hardhead is an organization. It's called the Hardhead Foundation. And under that, I got a program called Camp Ballroom, which is
Hmm.
cultivate, amplify, mobilize, and protect ballroom. And in that, I got like a group of people who just really support, you know, what the vision is, and we, do fundraisers. We use our personal networks and even our personal finances to kind of like pull this together.
Right.
Um, as of now, most of it is coming from Camp Ballroom, out of Hershey pocket and out of my pocket. We are we had some sponsors that had to move around based on the current landscape and the
So you paying these $5,000 categories by yourself?
yeah. So we coming up. We've been already saving the money and putting it up, and me and Hershey was like, we want to. So I'm not the type of person that like to depend on sponsorship, and that was one of my biggest things. That's a whole other conversation. But I like to show people that like we can do shit ourselves. Now it's great to have support if we get it, but a lot of times the history here has not been as easy and accessible as it has been in other places where sponsorship is backing out on people in last minute and different things like that, and it's causing people to have to, be in haste and try to figure out how they're gonna have their ball or how they're gonna come up with this money or where they're gonna have a venue or different things like that. So I like to already try to have a lot of that stuff covered on the front end with our own finances, and that's why it's important that if I do the ball, it's gonna have to be with somebody who finances is gonna be able to, you
And
know,
not for nothing, I do tell people that because like even before this this shift in political climate that we just experienced, like sponsorship's been backing out of balls for like the last couple of years. Like
yeah.
everywhere, like coast to coast, honestly. So
So we do have some people who have made some like
contributions.
promises but not no
Oh,
commitments,
right,
like we
right,
got some people. So shout out to Abundant Prosperity, they have said that they will sponsor in some type of capacity, but they haven't given me a commitment yet. uh Actually, I did have one sponsor right now, who has committed, but they want to remain anonymous.
anonymous, because it's a freaky
So
ball.
Why
no, honestly,
everybody keeps
because
saying
even if it
that?
wasn't
Because
a
that a
freaky ball,
freaky
only because
ball.
it got LGBT in the name, and they don't want to have to like kind of like
Explain.
explain none of that with their funders and stuff like that. Because a lot of people is getting federal funding, and that's kind of fucking people up. And that's another
Yeah.
reason why you got to really kind of like fundraise and just make sure you save for shit too. But I mean, I do hope some sponsors come through, but just know that we're not worried about that. So if that's what y'all thinking, like we waiting on sponsorship or something like that, that's not even in our head. So
Right. And you
Oh
sponsored your
yeah.
first ball yourself, correct?
I had sponsorship for the first ball,
Okay.
but I also did sponsor it myself. So I had support for the first ball, but I covered a lot of the finances myself. Yeah.
Right. All right. Well, I know you're gonna be definitely be successful. I do be telling people that like you can't rely on these agencies like that because you really can't even count the money until it's in your bank account, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Regardless of what they say they're gonna do. So you got a lot of fucking money towards this ball. How did you choose the grand prizes, and how did you choose like what was going to be given to what?
So when I first started talking to Hershey about what we wanted to do, Hershey is one of the soft and cunt Vogue films from back in the day. And when I used to walk twist, or when I do every now and then walk twist, I like to consider myself a soft and cunt twister. Uh, and It's a lot of money. Well, I'll let Hershey go ahead and speak on that because that really
So,
was her idea.
okay,
Yeah.
yeah. So when it came to the $5,000 soft and cut category, I looked at ballroom and I was like, y'all have had something for everyone except soft and cut.
Okay.
Y'all have done ape shit. Y'all have done dramatics. Y'all have done legends, drags, film queens, realness with a twist, dramatics again. Like it always have been left out for the soft and cut people. And I felt like this is a moment for us to actually be able to include our soft and cunt girls. Like I grew up watching the soft and cunt girls. I became one of the soft and cunt girls. And it was just like,
Who was
damn,
your
we just
favorite
go.
soft and cut girls growing up?
Oh, my favorite soft and cunt girls is like Christina, the Mikas, the Rickies. Like those are the people that used to get me like and make me at awe and be like, damn, like look how they move. They move effortlessly. And now they're like for so many people, I'm like that for them. It was like, let's give them a category by themselves. Let's give them something for us to celebrate them finally.
Right. And we could talk about a little bit more about that when we get into the breakdown of the categories. But I definitely like those reasons. I like that reason that you gave. It's basically you want to give back to your category and the category that you love. So who are the people that's commentating the ball and why did you choose them?
So the people that's commentating the ball is Snooki, legendary Snooki West, and Tim Gorgeous Gucci. So we definitely wanted somebody like Snooki that has the ability to get any crowd in any room to shake, but also wanted somebody he can work well with that's a little newer, that also does the same thing that's down here in this coast.
And
And
Tim, he the one
Tim
that used to be big and now he little.
no, no.
What?
No. So okay, Tim Gorgeous Gucci, he's an old school realness with a twist person from back in the day in Virginia that
Okay.
is now back out. Mind you, he has definitely take the right of being one of the commentators down here in the Gulf Coast.
Right.
And right now, he is the $1,000 commentator versus commentator right now from
Okay.
Southeast. So mind you, I like to see people get put out there that will make people a little be like, let's see how this go. But also somebody that's already in this coast that knows. See, Snooki knows everybody, but he knows people specifically in this coast. And I know that them two coming together is going to be a dynamic duo on the mic with them
Right.
two.
Right. Yeah, most
And
definitely.
not to mention, one is the gorgeous Gucci and one is the West, so it really just only made sense. You know,
Right, right.
I think, in
Yeah.
my opinion, and most popular opinion, Snicky's probably the hottest commentator right now. And it made sense to get the hottest commentator and one of the most hottest upcoming commentators. You know, one from my house and one from her
Oh, he
house. So
unfreezes. Yeah, I definitely agree. Okay, go ahead. You froze a
you say
little
I'm
bit, but
freezing?
yeah,
I'm
Snooki
frozen.
definitely. You froze for a second, but you back now.
All right, bet.
He definitely knows how to run a ball, and he's very like professional in his, commentating because it's not just about chanting; it's about how you run the ball. So, yeah. Um, Tell me about like how you expect because I don't think it was no problems the first ball, but tell me about how you expect to anticipate to handle situations as they arise when it comes to like shade and altercations or disagreements or heated exchanges. Like, what are you
I
going to do to
I
make sure that things don't get out
I
of hand?
only I could speak for myself. I've been in ballroom 23 years and I'm not for it. You cause any confusion,
Okay,
if you want to get on the panel and play tit for tat, get the fuck up. I can find somebody else. It's that
right,
simple.
right,
Yeah, same. I think people here, because even though like I haven't thrown that many balls over the years here, like people didn't see my balls and they know I don't mind putting people person off my panel. And
right,
I don't but also I think a lot of the times it's about the environment you create too. I think if you as a promoter and a commentator see a hostile environment and you amplify it, then that's what's gonna happen. But I'm a person of de-escalation and of reason and of moral and integrity, all those different things. So like I try to create an environment that people are having fun and people are enjoying and the commentator not cussing you out and like every now and then they may give a little
And you
self.
kept the stage clear too the first time.
Yeah, and like I have barricades and stuff, so like
Yeah.
keeping the people outside of just like a lot of different things that like I take precaution. I look at liabilities when I come in the room and think of like, oh, this could happen, or we need security right here, or we need, what I'm saying. So all those different type of things are already in consideration. We have
Right. And your
BPD.
background as a manager probably helps you assess those situations, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Gotcha. So tell me about the difficulties that you experienced while planning this ball and one thing that you would do differently.
Um, Hershey, got any difficulties?
I haven't. The only difficulties I think we've probably experienced. I'm trying to think. I
Was the
had
venue. So I had
was the
met with like four
venue.
different venue owners, and like, I mean, I already had the venue in mind that I wanted, that it was a backup plan, that like it was at least, if I can't get nowhere else, I'm gonna go back to the place. And only because I didn't have the best experience with the owners. I don't think they had some situations where they like the ball got, they tried to cut us, like, we went overtime and they tried to like shed the doors on us and cut the music off and all shit like that. You don't remember that?
No.
Probably not. It was a minute ago. But
Right.
so
I
I
mean, we
initially
finished the
didn't want
ball
to go
though.
back. Huh?
We finished it.
We finished. We made. Yeah, I made sure we finished it. I cussed his ass out like no, but so that's why I didn't want to go back there because I'm on me. I had to handle situations a little bit different. That was a learning experience for me when I'm doing business and stuff like that. I did kind of get irritated and kind of tarnish the relationship with a promoter from my standpoint. But I just had another conversation with him because that's where we end up going back to the place where the venue was at the first time. So we went back to the same venue. So the part two will be back at the same place that part one was, which is Lofty Spaces. This is a very nice venue. They just, had some issues. Like they sold me a stage that was faulty and they didn't want to give me a refund. And we ended up having some conversations about that and coming to a resolve.
Oh yeah,
Security
no,
is
that stage
done.
was a fool. Yeah, the stage was a fool.
Yeah. So, but just moving forward, like I look at stuff that I did at previous events and make sure that that kind of stuff is considered and planning in my next event. So if we do have a stage, which people requested no stage, and
Yeah, I was
Hershey
about to say,
also,
don't do no stage.
yeah, so
Yeah,
we're just gonna do
no.
a dance floor. We got because the floor is kind of like concrete, so it'd be fine to do the concrete. But they also, I'm renting the like the dance floor that like the people can dance on, kind of like a little bit more soft for people don't hurt themselves.
And you
So
probably get that off of Amazon.
no, we get it. I already got it rented and taken care of. It's coming from a little rental place here that sell like event equipment.
You said no, we not getting no cheap shit. We getting the real thing. I hear you. I hear you. I hear
Yeah.
you. So you like you said the first time you did it, I forgot you even had changed houses. Why did you go from Tishi to West?
This ain't about that. This ain't about that.
Oh my God! But the people that's watching might want to know.
No, I just felt like I just had to go grow. I had to get out of that space to, get into a newer space. It just really wasn't working with where I was at in life. I love the TCs down. I think they were a great foundation for me. They started for me to be father and gave me the opportunity and pushed me in the beginning. But at some point, I just felt the real lack of support and I was requesting it. And on a consistent basis, just wasn't getting it. My kids weren't getting it, and I just had to move on to a space where I felt a little bit more support that I would, be able to be myself, and my kids can be themselves too. So, short answer.
Do you think the teachers are going to support this ball or no?
Yeah, I
I
still
think
fuck with the teachers.
so.
They're my family. I mean, I still have relationships with the teachers. Like I'm one of the founder members of teachers. So the people that I, started the house with, we always have some kind of level of respect for each other. So yeah, they were one of the first. They got a table already, so they support me.
Okay. And do you have any tables left?
I do. We just put tables out 2 days ago. So we got uh we got one VIP section left and right now with the thing, two or either two, I think two regular tables left. Yeah.
Okay.
But
And
it looked
where?
like we're gonna have to add more tables because I have a few people. I don't put the tables thing out, and I don't add that until I like got payment for it. So it is some people that has requested and reserved some tables, and there's more
But that don't
houses than
count.
I have on the table chart. So we may
Right.
end up having to add some more tables
Tell them
to
send
the
that cash app through.
yeah,
Don't
something.
count.
Zelle, PayPal, Apple
Something.
Pay. Shit, I take it all.
Anything. So where can they inquire about those last tables that you have left, and where can they like maybe if they want to like sponsor a category or just give a sponsorship in general, where can they reach you at?
So they can reach me on Facebook. They can reach Hershey on Facebook. My Facebook is Deon Christian. Um, Hershey Facebook is Hershey
It's Hershey
Leroy.
Leroy. Hmm.
Yeah. Or like I got like a flyer. They got a QR code on it.
Right.
That's connected to a lot of stuff. So they can email me. So they can, uh, or they
Text
can. I
me.
think Facebook would probably be the easiest. That's where most people that have been reaching out for
Right.
information or stuff like that. So that could be that. But if people feel like sponsors feel more comfortable with email addresses or something like that, my email address is info.hardheaded.ent@gmail.com.
All
And
right.
I'm Hershey G Gucci at Gmail.
Gotcha. All right, now I want both of y'all to give me 5 words on your expectations of this ball. It can be 5 individual words or it can just be one short sentence. But what do you want this ball to be like after the end of the night when everything is done and all the dust is settled?
I want this. So 5 words. I'm gonna give a short sentence. Fun, exciting, um, rememberable, amusing, and definitely creative.
This bitch said I'm gonna give a short sentence to get
Yeah, I
followers.
gave five
Right,
words. I'm
right,
sorry.
right, right.
I thought about it.
Okay. No, I'm gonna give 5 words too. Shit, probably because I don't want to come up with no short sentences, but definitely different. And uh shit. Well, can I give 5 syllables? Expect the unexpected. How about
Yes,
that?
I like that. I like that. So, I forgot to ask you, like, what made you pick this theme? Like, why the freaky theme?
Why
And
everybody
what's
keeps
with
saying
the
it's free?
fascination with
It's
choking and
not
stuff?
So,
freaky.
okay. So initially, when I first picked the theme, I was trying to think of like honestly, I was working on the stigma reduction campaign,
Okay.
and I'm a sexual positive, body positive, non-judgmental, harm reduction type of person. So when I first created the theme, I really didn't know much about it. So I went on like an educational tour where me and my crew went to like a sex dungeon. We had this dungeon master take us on a tour, telling us about the different cultures, giving us a whole thing. We ended up meeting up with this black kink organization called Onyx, and they did like a demonstration for us. We had a lunch and learn where we
They
brought
did
the
a
community out.
demonstration doing what?
It was a dom and sub in the demonstration where um it was a dom telling us like different stuff from like and then showing us nothing. It's like it was still very PG,
Right.
but a demonstration where how he treat his sub and how his sub respond to him and different terminologies and breakdowns and shit like that. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so I just wanted to do something to kind of like, I think a lot of the ballroom is very sexual, and I think a lot of times sexual things are demonized, and that's why a lot of stigma comes in and a lot of disease come in, and you can't really talk about stuff. So you got to hide stuff. When you got to hide stuff, you got to sneak. When you sneak, you take less precautions to do certain shit. I just feel like if we was a little bit more open and honest, we'd just be, accepting each other, non-judgmental, and be able to have the conversations we need to have. So like a lot of things that I do are kind of like event with purposes and maybe like hide the medicine in the food type of shit. Don't gotta say, hey, this is for that, but that's what it kind of like be type shit for me.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. I can understand that. All right. Well, I want you to describe both of y'all to describe the Dallas ballroom scene in one word.
Why would you laugh?
Right.
Oh no. Why would you laugh?
Go ahead, Hershey. I want to see what your description is.
Um, flourishing. and hold on, and mind you, I don't want to just put a word out there without them actually know why I'm doing it. And when
Yeah,
I
that's
say
terrible. Can
flourishing,
I hear it? Go back, my
it's
bad.
because I feel like moving here from a state that already had a ballroom scene established, and then another state that had a ballroom scene established. This scene showed me their perseverance of them recreating and building and really sticking to their guns and how they wanted something. So I live that this scene was an underdog and that it's now a flourishing thing right now. It's a flourishing thing right now. And the talent here is immaculate to me. Like the people down here, when I see the talent hit the floor, I'm actually in shock. Like, damn.
Right. From the outside
So
looking in, it seems like Dallas is more focused on Kiki though. Why? What happened? Like, why has that been like a shift to where they like
it's
more Kiki
it's
driven?
not a shift. So that's anywhere. So if you start out a scene with something, that's what it's going to be geared towards. Dallas started out with more Kiki, dealing with the
I
Kiki scene.
I don't necessarily think that that's true. I think Dallas started out with mainstream. It was just long ago, and like you said, I do agree that that's everywhere because I like when I think about being in New York. It was a time period in New York where they mainstream scene had died down very drastically, and the Kiki scene kind of revived. I guess the ballroom culture in that space. Now the Kiki balls were for younger people and stuff like that, but at some point they start using those Kiki scene people to revive the mainstream scene. And the same thing happened in Atlanta. The mainstream scene died down for a little while. Really wasn't no balls. The Kiki scene kind of like, started flourishing, and the same thing happened. The Kiki scene kind of revived the culture, and they start using the Kiki kids to build up the mainstream scene.
I
And I
guess
think
like
that same
using
thing
Kiki
has
to
happened
like
in
kind of
Dallas.
usher in the next generation, maybe. I don't know.
Also too, I think
You
what it
said what, Jay?
is
They
No.
almost like using the Kiki scene to usher in the next generation of ballroom.
of pretty much.
Yeah, I think so. But what you was gonna say, Hershey?
I was gonna say I also do think also too it's more Kiki bosses because to be honest, it's not as extremely hard or a tougher kind of set thing to throw a Kiki ball than it
The bar
is
is
to
set
throw
more.
a
The bar is lower.
it's
Yes.
not like they have a lot of like this is what you have to do to have a mainstream Kiki ball as far as you having a mainstream actual ball. Like
Right.
it's not the same. So it's easier to be like, yeah, I'm throwing a Kiki ball.
Yeah, I think the mainstream scene here had just took a hit where some of the main key players kind of like got out of the picture, and it left a void where nobody was throwing balls at all. And a lot of people over the last couple of years, introduction to the ballroom scene has been Kiki, so they've been having more just activity here. There's more Kiki balls. There's more Kiki community. The actual Kiki scene is bigger here than the mainstream scene, so that's probably why it is. Yeah.
But everybody goes through that change and me getting in the Alliance for Mainstream, I'm trying to change that stigma down here. We trying to have some more balls down here. Have some great balls down here for people to come to and start, making Dallas one of their traveling states.
Right. Okay. And
Appreciate it.
last question
So,
before we get into it is why'd you pick the DJ, Akasha Lux?
um, she was the same. I wanted to keep a lot of the components of the first event similar if possible, and she was the first DJ. And I think like she for me is one of the well he is one of the biggest DJs from the Gulf Coast, and like I fuck with my team. He easy to work with. If I've worked with him before, like so I fuck with people that fuck with me. So that's why we picked him.
Right. I know
Uh,
that's right. So, okay, let's go ahead and get into these categories. Um, it says join us for an evening where sexy meets elegance. The Desire Dungeon. 40 Shades of Choke Part 2 promises to be an enchanting experience, elevating your senses and inviting you to indulge your fantasies in a space that celebrates sensuality and sophistication. Prepare to unleash your creativity and embrace your desires as we weave together themes and seduction and empowerment without crossing the line into extreme. Yeah. So that means no scat references or anything, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
Because that'd be the first thing that got me
uh,
out the door.
yeah, it ain't none
The
of
first
that.
category is rubberist. Is the 5,000 open to all soft and cunt. Now, a few people have already asked me this question, so I know they definitely asked you a million times. Is this just soft and cunt for the Butch Queens, or is this soft and cunt for
No.
everybody?
So this is soft and cut, open to all performance, no legends, no icons. You can be a women's performance, you could be a femme queen performance, you could be a drags performance, you could be a realness with a twist, you could be a butch queen vogue femme. This
Yeah, we
is
got Butch Queen
for
Vogue Film versus Winners with a Twist versus Drag versus Femme Queen versus Women's.
no legends, no icons, no beginners.
Right. So, one thing that I have like a critique when I see soft and cunt categories, and actually I kind of don't like seeing soft and cunt categories, is because most of them people do not be both a soft and cunt. Like if you have like a category of like 10 people that walk a soft and cunt category, I say maybe like three of them being
So
generous.
this is the thing. But the panel that I want for this category is going to be nothing but legends and icons for soft and cut. They
Okay.
know exactly what they're looking for. They know what exactly soft and cut is. If you're not soft and cut, you're hearing it now. Do not come on that floor and gag yourself.
If you are not caught.
Right, 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 for real.
And I'm not talking about we don't want to see you coming out because you know how to vogue slow and be boring. No, that's not soft and cunt. Mind you, soft and cunt is something that is a feeling that you feel. It's a movement, it's a way you place your body, it's all of that. If you don't speak the language, don't even try yourself that
I know
night.
that's right. I know that's right. All right, so it says, and y'all, if y'all watching this on Facebook or YouTube, don't be afraid to like, comment, and subscribe. I'm about to read y'all comments in a minute. Um, and share this live in your house groups, share it in the ballroom group, share it on your page, share it with your friends, share it with everybody. So the soft and cunt five open to all soft and cunt 5K. Latex is soft to the touch. Tonight we will crown the first $5,000 soft and cunt performer with the 20-second fabulous intro. 20-second fabulous intro. Okay. Bring it in a latex effect worthy of $5,000. Who is the
Hold on.
softest bitch? Don't forget no house affiliation tonight. It's a solo show. So are they battling like throughout the entire category, or are they just battling the houses are battling down if a house takes it?
No, they're battling throughout the category. So I come from an era, if you're the baddest bitch, you're the baddest bitch, period. You can
Mhm.
stand on your own. You don't need the house name behind you. I'm one of them girls. I'm tapping probably one of my house members first just to let y'all know the rest of y'all that's in the lineup that it ain't sweet tonight.
Right. So give me like maybe like a few names, and you could give me a few names too, Deon, if you still there, of who you wish to see in this category.
I would like to see Miss Rachel Lavin.
Okay.
I would definitely like to see Alexi Gorgeous Gucci.
Okay.
I would love to see Fendi West,
Okay.
Excuse me.
JC Iron West. I would
Okay.
love to see Bronze 007. I have a list of people that I would like to see. Sandra Glavin. Like it's some girls that I would really love to see Adam Alpha and Omega come and play.
Okay.
Like
Okay.
I want to see some girls come out here and just make me excited about what I'm finna watch and witness.
I really hope they do not let me down for this $5,000 because this is a lot of money.
It
Yeah, I hope they
You
is.
don't
can't
either,
even
but I
slam
hope
your
they don't let
back.
themselves down because they getting the fuck out of there. With this
It-
panel of some of the people, we don't want to like release the names yet, but we already had some of the panels, some of the people confirmed, but we still trying to confirm a few of them. But like it's the girls of the girls. Think of the glove girls. Like it's giving that for the panels for
Okay.
that specific category. So I think that they don't want to let themselves down because them girls ain't no easy cookies to get past.
Listen, for real.
uh, yeah, but I
Buddy
think we
Love.
are gonna have another conversation about that because I think me and Hershey got a different ideas around how we want that breakdown to be. So we gonna we gonna bring that back. We're
Got
gonna bring
you.
that back. We're gonna bring that back.
Got you. Buddy Love. I think he's sending gorgeous Gucci love, and
Mhm.
Trey Deontay Banks is showing West love. Boy, unbothered Gucci grants this long ass name. Um,
Okay.
hey ma. Jordan said.
That's my son. My kids is riding for me. They're gonna be there. They're gonna be in the building.
Okay.
Our Pocahontas
Pocahontas.
Duval. She said, "Hey, brother Dion, I want a shirt." Boy said, "So are they some? Oh my god. When you want to be, I don't know what that means. What's
They're
up,
probably
Rachel?
responding to
Rachel
something
is
he said.
watching. Yeah, Rachel definitely need to hit the back of this runway for this category. Um,
Yes, come on, Pisces. Let's do it.
Apollo West said the people enjoy him. That's a great time. I probably need to read these comments as they come in.
Yeah, I
Um,
think you read. They
right, I'm
Yeah,
was
I think
reading
they
talking like
completely
it,
we
it
was
late.
seemed like
I don't
they
even
talking.
know what they're
responding to
talking
something.
about. Um, DeQuell Harris said they will be there for sure.
That's dope, gorgeous Gucci from Atlanta.
Okay, okay. So yeah, like if y'all have any questions, no question is stupid. Just go ahead and drop it in down here, and we will answer it. So now we got the 5K latex. No, I want to ask this question. So a 20-second fabulous intro. What does that look like to you?
Uh,
And what happens if somebody give a 30-second fabulous? Are they getting chopped or like
yes, they get out of there. The reason I said 20 seconds because I'm going to be honest. Now in ballroom, productions and stuff be boring. Is a drag to the night. It make people kind of sleepy. It make the judges kind of glaze over a little bit.
it draws the night out so
Yeah.
in the worst
So
way. It take people
I
10 minutes to set up. It'd be too much.
it just be too much. So when I thought about it, I was like, I don't want them to do all of that. A 20-second cute little intro, like you introducing yourself, letting them know that you that soft and cut bitch should be enough for you.
Hmm.
Like that, and we don't have to see you do a production. You don't know the words. The person that you got in the production don't know the words. Everybody just standing there looking crazy.
Looking
I don't got time for that.
like one of them old Japanese movies,
Yeah,
one of the
like
old
I'll be
karate
having
movies.
tired of like I don't want to see that. I want to see people really like it's almost like bragging about yourself for 20 seconds and then just getting to it. That's what I want to see. Get into the nitty gritty of what you finna do tonight. That's it. That's all. I don't need to see you coming out with a 3 minute production and you don't know half or 2 minutes of it. All
Exactly.
you want to hear is the beat so that you can vogue anyway.
Gotcha. All right. So now the next one is another grand prize is Dom and Sub. It's $2,500 and it's tag team sex siren. Tonight, body positivity is to be celebrated. In a Dom and Sub complementing effect, one traditional sex siren, Catboy Junior, Senior, Femme Queen, Women, Trans Man, or Legend, and one one big figure. Okay. Two you gotta be over 222 pounds. No, like because like
So
222 pounds at like 5'9" is different than 222 pounds at 6'3". So
Yeah. So I think the people who in that I just used that number 222 pounds. I was keeping that thing consistent with 222.
right.
But when I seen it done before, they had a cap at 200 pounds. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna do 222. But honestly, I think the people who are big body know they big body. I think we probably do need to probably readvise that number because somebody, you're not the first person that said that, so like that is valid.
No, in that ball in
Critique.
Miami that just passed the honors ball, it was actually a film queen that was they tried
Candace,
to chop her because she wasn't
Candace,
big, but they
right?
was like she big girl of the year, so it was just like they let her through, but like she honestly wasn't really that big.
Yeah,
So
because she was big, probably at the beginning of the year, and
right things
no, no,
right
I mean, and not this year, probably last year, because I know she just did her thing. She she
right.
got small, but I don't know. She thinks she considered herself still big. Maybe she like Rolly, where she didn't want to be a small girl. She just wanted to be a big girl that got her. I don't
Right.
know, but I love Candace down. Mwah, shouts out to Candace. Well, I think that when you have like the cat boys and the juniors and the seniors and stuff like that, somebody told me that most of the like seniors are in their 200s anyway. So I'm like, okay, well, that's something we may need to readvise. I'm also a person that if I put something and I made a mistake, if it's not too late to change it, if it ain't changing too much of the ball, I'll go ahead and change it, to make it make sense. So that's another like oversight we may have to look at just to make sure
I
that.
mean, you could probably keep it because I mean the sentiment is there, and I kind of understand what you mean because sometimes it do be like somebody that's like I don't know, maybe like 5'9", but they might be like 200, and it's just like, are you big or are you just a little on the husky side? I don't know, you know.
Yeah,
So it's like,
yeah. Well, I'm gonna let the if the that at the end of the day, that's just because they're 222 pounds. If they're not a big person, then they don't fit that category. Because sometimes it
right,
may be that, but the judges gonna base that off if they look like a big
So
person.
basically, we're looking for a thicker person.
yeah,
Y'all, like we're
Yeah,
looking for somebody thick. It's a body positive moment. We looking
yeah.
for somebody thick.
Yeah, and
Uh,
I honestly I had to give kudos to the Kiki scene for that category. I seen that category in Atlanta at a Kiki Ball a couple years ago, and it was just so dope to me. It was like fire and ice. They had to bring one of them had to be fire, one of them had to be ice, but it had to be a regular sex siren person. I don't like to say regular, but a traditional sex siren person, and a bigger person. And I was
right.
just like, damn, that's dope. I want to do that.
Who are
So
some of the people that you want to see for this category?
um, I want to see. Honestly, I want to see all the people. Like, I want to see everybody. I don't want to exclude nobody. I don't really even have any specific names that I want to say. I guess like my daughter Tiffany. Um, I'm pretty sure she's gonna walk that. She brings a different type of element to sex siren. She's very performative, very confident. I think that's something that sometimes a lot of sex siren is missing. The confidence. They just up there selling sex and looking lost. And I'm like, no, baby, like, where's the seduction? And I think she asked that. I think Jemiah, which is a mother. I think she mother Chanel. She's a big girl from like I think Memphis or something like that. And she been really kind of making a name for herself in the golf
Oh, I know
culture.
you're
So
talking about,
like
yeah.
that category. I want to see some people that's gonna shock you, like some big boys that probably walk realness or something that's waiting on this moment. Like damn, or big girls
Right,
that
right.
walk something else that finna shock the people and pop out because it's something that's specifically wrote in that they want to get into. I like to like do shit like that. So I want to expect the
It's
unexpected. Honestly, I don't want to see nobody that I automatically know. I ain't gonna say I don't want to see them. I want to see everybody, but I want to see people who I don't expect to see.
right. And you already said you into or a big advocate for body positivity. Do you want to see moving forward in ballroom in general? Do you want to see more big people sex server categories?
I
I do.
would.
I do. I think that's something that we battling right now. I think we got a lot of people that are fighting for it, and like I'm the type of person. If you would take up space to advocate for yourself, then if it's something that I feel like need to have representation, I'll back it. I'll back you. And I think it is because we got the people that's walking, but also I think that we are creating a lot of ancillary categories for everybody else, so many different spaces. I think that it's too many Butch Queen breakdown categories and not enough Femme Queen breakdown categories.
Okay.
You get what I'm saying? Like we got schoolboy, thug, everyday, executive, um, pretty boy, and then they just got Femme Queen and drag. So I think it's not equitable for a lot of different people. So I know the big people right now are I keep saying big people. I don't know, is that offensive? But I know
I don't think so. I think fake
Thicker.
people is offensive. Fake
the
people
big
not
people are
offensive.
fighting for a spot. I know that's something that came up in our Gulf Coast alliance, and it was something about us adding big girls and big boys categories to our of the year. So maybe that's something that's happened nationally. I don't know, but yeah, I would.
So I assume because I'm switching in from my categories to your live. New York, you said wait, so you have to intro like a production or you have 20 seconds to get vote. So what I meant by intro, the intro is like a small production, but not a production. It's more like introducing yourself of what you finna do on the floor. It's like basically telling them who the fuck you are before you start voguing.
Okay.
So that's what I mean by a fab intro. So it should be something of somebody like, bitch, coming to the stage, or bitch, all drip out, bitch, I'm finna melt on the floor, bitch. It is Hershey, like, bitch, is going to give y'all something where y'all be like, bitch, now is this bitch finna melt on this motherfucking
Now,
floor
do
and let
they
us
have
down?
to do that, or can they just come out to regular tens if they want to?
That's a thought of mine, to give them regular tens, but I kind of want to get them
Because
to
if
do
everybody come out to a
something.
20-second thing, that could kind of like fuck up the
But
momentum a
yeah, I
little.
mean, if a person don't have a 20-second intro, I'm just gonna say I hope you be able to stand out and actually vote. Cause if somebody come out with a fab intro and then tear the room up and make the roof pop off, and you just coming out to vote,
That's just their tens though. When they battle, if that bitch softer than the other girl, then just go with
No,
that.
but
yeah.
he is right though, because sometimes them tens bleed into the battles.
No, it definitely
If
do.
you know
It
what I
definitely
mean.
do.
So I know
So,
what you're
but
saying.
So like yeah, like I just want y'all to make it to where y'all are definitely confident about what y'all are going to set out on the runway. And even with the sex siren, the taxing sex siren, yes, this is a body positive thing. This is a moment for people to grab a partner that you never would have thought you would ever walk with.
Right.
And bitch, shake the room up.
But make sure that bitch gonna shake the room. Don't just grab nobody because she big. Make sure.
Yeah, don't, cause she might be big and not
Yeah,
confident.
Respucia, you have a
Right.
boyfriend? When you do now, get your ass up and hold my hand.
Right. Get the right people. You want to
Yeah,
make
nah,
money.
because
You
I
want to
mean,
make
just
history.
even though it's a body positivity category, the category is still sex siren.
Right.
So,
Correct.
like, you still have to be sex siren. You know,
You still got to be sexy.
you got to sell sex, you got to ooze that, you got to, all of that good shit. So,
So this is, I guess, unrelated to the categories, but like, let's say if somebody gets chopped and they want to like question how, what would be what would be the appropriate or proper way
So
to go about that?
I am an old school person. Please send
Mm-hmm.
your parent up there. And
Mm-hmm.
your parent can ask, do not approach the panel. Because it seems like when people get chopped and they actually approach the panel, because most of the time you are not tenured in ballroom, you come off aggressive trying to ask a person instead of somebody that is a parent, somebody that the judges may look at and respect, coming up saying, hey, I just want to know to help my member out for the next time they walk. That's a little more different because most of the time you're going to get in your feelings and be like, well, why you chop me and who, and all of this is going to be attitude. Your parent can come up there and literally be like, hey, I just want to know the reason whenever you get the time without disrupting the ball.
so I got a question. I got a little answer that may be a little bit different, but when you ask why we pick the commentators, this kind of something the reason why I pick the commentators because I have certain conversations with certain people and I know that they'll run the ball how I want them to run the ball. And
Okay.
for me, picking the commentator make sure that they make sure that the judges are respected, but also making sure that the walkers are respected. So like I just think of the days of like Seven would see that a chop was shade and it would stop the ball and be like, no, bitch, what why, like what's going on type shit. And I
Mm-hmm.
don't mind my commentator doing things like that if it's something that's in fairness and it's something that is, seeing stuff like that. But also for me, I think things happen in the ball where also I don't mind overturning the chop if it's shade or if I feel like that is
Mm-hmm.
brought in how it's supposed to be. I do respect the judges though. Like I do respect the judges output because I put them up there because I want their, opinions. But I also understand how a lot of other shit be in the background. So if it's something that I know is bullshit, I will overturn the bullshit and pull the bullshit up off my panel. But for the people who may want to question the chop or something, I'm a type of person that is not what you do, is how you do it. So if
Mm.
they're like respectful and they ask the commentator like, hold on, can I can I know why they chopped me? That would be my best option. That would be my best response is, in that moment, stop, be respectful, ask the commentator if you can get some clarity on why you got chopped. But if it's some bullshit and it's just somebody trying to just, if it's a chop, it's a chop. But if it's something that could be contested over some type of, let's say they got chopped because the judge started read the category different than what I wrote it, and the actual person did bring it how I wrote it, and the commentator and the judge didn't do it right, then I would bring that person back, and shit like that type shit. So I think as long as you're respectful and you ask the commentator instead of like rushing the panel, like she said, don't rush the panel for nothing. Ask the commentator. If the commentator think it's bullshit, they're gonna tell you, baby, it was a chop. Snooki is gonna be
Yeah,
like, it was a
just
chop.
don't.
But if
I
he
just
see that
don't
it was
want
some
nobody to
shade, he would
rush.
contest that for you because he know what the type of person I am.
Right.
Yeah, just be respectful. Don't rush the panel. You don't got to
Hey,
rush.
Beth.
You could always, go, go to your house parents. That's what they actually should be there paying attention for anyway. Let's to be honest. They
Bro.
should be there paying attention, and they should want to know why you got chopped. Like it shouldn't really even be up to you. Like they should want to know, like, hey, what happened? What's going on?
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So D Primo Bailey said Dion, they love you, and they also said, wait, so what do the intro mean? I missed that. That's for the $5,000 category.
Yes.
Um it's basically just the intro. I mean, it's on the event page, so I mean it's kind of
Yeah,
straightforward.
yeah, it's straightforward. It's an intro. What do you think is an intro? It's an intro about you. It's an intro about what you finna do on the floor. That's basically what I'm looking for. Is just an
An intro is
introduction.
basically like just a loose, like it's not a production. It's just like an audio track and come out. Like
And just come out and tear
Yeah,
it
I think that's
up.
what they asked
yeah,
them. Like, do you want them to have an audio track? Do you want them to just go off of the beat? Like, I think that's what they asked them. Like, what is
Yeah,
that?
because
What does that look
okay,
like?
so now this is the thing. Most of y'all know who the commentator is. Bitch, if y'all want to do a live intro for 20 seconds of Snooki just bitch giving you your motherfucking life and you come out there for 20 seconds, I hit Snooki up like, hey baby, if you don't mind. But if you want to use a track and audio to send to Akasha, we accept that too. To be honest, I really just didn't want no productions. Like productions are a drag these days. I'm sorry to say, yeah, I be wanting to go to sleep on half of the people that do productions.
yeah. So it's
It be
no
a
productions,
drag.
and
Yeah,
you
no
also don't have
productions.
to have an intro, but it's
Yeah.
highly
I
suggested.
would say highly suggested, but I'm gonna say that because I seem like this is getting thrown over a lot of people's head. You don't have to have no intro. This category was really created for the soft and cut people to come out and really just kind of do their thing on the floor and to celebrate y'all in a way. It's been a long time coming, and y'all deserve y'all celebration.
Right. All right, y'all. One of y'all want to read the open our realness part, or y'all want me to read that part?
Um, yeah, if you I read it. Give me 1 second. Let me go back to it.
Well, while you find it, I'll start.
Open to all realness role play. We want to see you play the role specified by your category and don't break character. Trans man realness. War war role play. Army fatigue or any military gear. Butch Queen schoolboy realness. Ichi role play is a type of Japanese anime. Pretty boy realness. Drama role play refer to traumatic situations. Bring it as a robber or killer. Butch Queen executive. Medical role play. Bring it as any type of medical professional. Butch Queen thug realness. Sports role play. Bring it as any type of athlete. Male figure everyday realness, work role play. First responders bring it as a police officer, firefighter, or EMS worker. Drags, dark role play, the goth in all black. Fantasy role play is based on myths and mythical creatures like gods, angels, demons, fairies, etc. Somebody has a echo. It's tearing me up. Junior Film Queen, Animal Role Play, Bring It in Animal Prints. Legendary Realness, male figure versus female figure. Additional 250 to the overall male figure and 250 to the overall female figure. Legendary Realness. I don't think y'all put that description.
So it's bring it. How I do gotta add that on there because somebody hit me up about it too. But they just said, bring it as the category you would deem for. So whatever they'll pick, whatever like if they were deemed for Pretty Boy, they'll bring it as the drama role play. If they were deemed for Film Queen, they'll bring it as
Right.
fantasy role
Okay,
play.
so basically, y'all bringing it as your categories, legends for realness.
Yeah. And y'all gonna fix that tonight, right?
Yeah,
Or probably right now. So while you looking at
yeah.
it. And after that is the mini grand. Um, Kelly Duro said, "Did y'all discuss phase? No, not yet.
Not
We
yet.
are right. We just got done doing the open all realness, and everything. All the realnesses have $100 towards them, which is very generous. What made y'all want to do that? And an additional 250 to the overall male figure, and an additional 250 to the overall female figure legends. What made y'all want to break that down like that, as opposed to just giving 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, instead of just giving 1,500 for realness?
Um, so I wanted to break it down like that because I think a lot of times every category battles and either the legend or like a
The
seasoned person
legend
in the
win, right?
game. You know what I'm saying? So
Right,
I think that I wanted to give everybody a chance to still win some money in their
right,
category. So
right.
if they win their category, they also, get some kind of cash to go with it. And then they'll be
Mhm.
able to get an additional, 250. So if they win, you know, Film Queen, and then they win all of it, then they had 350. But if we break all the way down, it was 1,500. I had 1,500. I was gonna do just $1,500 realness, but I was like, you know what? Let's break that down and get everybody a little piece of the pie.
Right. Was that a hard decision to make, or was that kind of easy?
I mean, kind of easy.
Right. All right. Well, let's
Cause
go
me and
into
Casey,
the.
we kind of broke our categories down. So like like Hershey wrote um most of the voguing categories in the $5,000 performance. So that's her category. So it
Okay.
probably was easy for her to write it because that's her category. You get what I'm saying? And for me, the realness categories was like, okay, well, shit, just break it down like that. That's how I'm gonna do it. That's what it
Right.
is. Yeah,
And the weirdest categories, they made sense, like what is calling for what and where it's at. So I think you did a good job with that.
I appreciate it.
Next is the mini grand for 1,000, and it's open art runway. It's titled Exploring Kinks. So for beginners runway, you're new to the desired dungeon, and your curiosity leads you to explore submission, kitten play. Tonight, create a runway submissive kitten look to outshine your competition. Cat-like effect. So does this have to be like cute kitty cat, or does this have to be like fuck me kitty cat? Like what kind of
Whatever that is,
kitty
do whatever. As long as
you want?
it's a cat-like effect, people have different kinks, and that's one thing about it I had to learn is like one person's design in the kink culture is not going to look the same as the other one. So unless they're going to the same party, like they may be going to a furry party where that cat may be furry. They may be going
So
to a
if
leather
somebody come
party.
out looking like Hello Kitty, that's okay.
That's as long as it's a cat-like effect, and that's
Okay.
That's
their
their king.
that's their kink. They could
Okay.
be, yeah, they could be into Hello Kitties. We can't yuck nobody in, but as long as it's a cat-like effect, bitch, we can't say that they kink.
Right. Okay.
Mm.
And for beginners runway, like how elaborate do their effects need to be? Because they are beginners, but this
That
is
don't
also a
mean
major
it's a
ball.
it's a okay. It's still and all. Because I one of them type of people because I'm an older person. Like I don't like to kid glove, especially in mainstream. I don't kid gloves beginners. I feel like that's why you have parents and leaders. They know what an effect should look like for a mainstream ball for $1,000. Your parents in your house are not slow. It's not their first rodeo.
But are they involved? Is this question?
But that's the thing. That means your parents should get involved. That means if you are a beginner and you want to walk this category, hit your parents up and say, "Hey, this is the look that I want to do. What do you think about it?"
Right.
Now, she definitely right because I think once you present a lot of the reason why I agree with that because here most of the kids that are beginners in any kind of category here started in the Kiki scene and they transition over, so they had a level of training, a level of expertise, and they just kind of taking it over to the bigger leagues. But when we do say beginners, we do give a little grace to the beginners, so it's not like they're gonna be judged on the exact same scale as everybody else, but
But
they
they
do need
still
to still
expect to still
be
be great.
presentable for what the category is calling for.
Yeah, because we ain't talking about for $1,000. You done went and put some cat gloves on
And
and
it's
some
included in
ears,
a thousand dollars.
and
I'm
you
Now,
just
sure.
like I finna come out and walk. Like,
Right.
yeah,
With
come
my
now
on.
if
thousand.
beginners was separated by itself as its own category, then it would be a lot more grace given to it. But when the fact that it's included in $1,000 lineup, that's the reason why they got to be on the they got to be on the level. They got to be up there.
Yes, most definitely. All right.
Honestly, we got some good beginners out here too, though, that be swarming through the rest of the girls. So
Yeah. No, yeah, for real. Just because you're a beginner don't mean that you don't know what you're doing. Okay, I made a mistake and closed Facebook out, so while
So
I'm putting
the
in
next category is female figure runway. The submissive princess generally wants to be adored and worshipped. Only then will she surrender her control to her dominant. Now that was really, really shady. This page be just blocking me out, and it will take me back to the beginning.
not, I got you. They said the
it
submissive
always do
princess.
that though. No, it do that for me too.
You back on there?
Yeah,
All
it
right, go ahead.
says the submissive princess generally wants to be adored and worshipped. Only then she will surrender her control to her dominant. Tonight, bring it in a submissive BDSM inspired look, and don't forget your tiara. Drags, women's, and femme queens. So, ladies, if you don't know what BDSM is, you might want to go ahead and start doing some research on it. Because
Yeah,
a lot of
BDSM. I say think. I'm honestly in my last ball. I had a BDSM glossary. I'm gonna go ahead and add that same link so that people could just be able to have that resource to be able to go back and provide. Be able to look at. But I would say when you think of BDSM, it's just kinks. Like it's so many different things in there. So it kind of left y'all some creative freedom as long as it's a submissive kind of look and it has some kind of seduction kind of look to it. I think chains, think collars. When they say submissive, a lot of things they have on the collars or like
chokers,
chokers or think all those
gag
different stuff.
ball,
Yeah,
ropes,
How
even
did you pick which subcategories was going to be sub and which ones were going to be dom?
um
So with the runway, cause I kind of wrote most of the runway. So what I did was is I reversed what Deon did at his first ball. So most of these people were dominant at his first ball. This ball, they're going to be submissive.
Gotcha. Okay. Okay, so the next one is Butch Queen All American.
So Butch Queen All American Runway, you are a dom. Bring it in a full dominatrix leather gear, male figure, female figure.
Now you know
so
you
we gotta
got
take
female
Butch
figures that's
Queen All
out here.
American over there, just make it All American. I'm about to change that.
That's
Yeah,
what I'm saying because you got female figure All American runway, then you
runway
got Butch
now.
Queen All American. Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm about
So
to take the Butch Queen part off of there.
okay, and full dominatrix leather gear. I mean, it's basically Straightforward.
telling you.
Yeah, like it's like
It's
if anybody gets
straightforward.
shot for this, like you're just stupid. Bush Queen European runway. Previously, you embodied the ultimate dom. Tonight, design a submissive runway look that incorporates a collar.
So
Straightforward too.
small
The
boys, tall boys, big boys, and legends bring it in your category you were deemed for.
yeah. So the legends have to bring it in that perspective category, and the GNCs can do whatever they want to do. Well, not whatever they do. They have to pick a thing from the other runway category breakdown.
Yeah.
It and that's something, and I think that's something new for GNC runway because we had people ask about that. Like, what about us? We don't consider ourselves a butch queen, a femme queen, and that's fair. Like, we trying to make a space for everybody to be able to participate at this ball.
Do you think some of them are just trying to get cheap of the year points though?
It could be that, but we can't say that because I don't want nobody to tell me how I identify as. Listen, I tell people all the time I'm a butch queen of trans experience when I'm at a ball, and that's what I identify as.
You stupid.
But listen, and you can't tell people how to like. I am not one of them people that is into the whole. Oh, well, I don't think you're really GNC. I don't know that. I don't know your life. I don't be with you 24/7.
True.
I
Honestly, I
can't
don't know
say that.
how to like gauge it, so I just go off of respectable. What they say, that's what they is. That's what they is. Type shit. Because I done met so many different kinds. I done met kinds that present as full women. I done met kinds that present as very masculine men. I done met kind that present as either or, a mixture of both, all everything
Right,
in
right.
between. So, like, I really don't know. So, like, I just go off of it. So that's
My
why
thing is like
it's
when
kind
you
of
look
tricky. It's
at
kind of new. It's kind of confusing in certain aspects.
right,
But just to not confuse myself, I just go off of what they say. Like if you say you GNC, I guess you GNC.
right.
So if you come up presenting something, that's what GNC is. I'm just gonna be judging off the presentation of it. I ain't gonna judge if it's GNC or not. I'm just gonna judge off of would this be what the
Right.
category is.
So GNC is basically for people to just like they don't have to
It's gender
conform.
nonconformative. They don't conform to a gender. They don't conform to any type of gender. They don't conform to male. They don't conform to female. Like they can blur the lines of any gender.
But do they have to look like both? Or can they just look like one or the other?
9 times out of 10, if you're blurring the lines of something, so okay, I'll give y'all an example. So, like to me, Stella Delcourt is the perfect GNC. Like, yes, he may have a full facial hair beard, but you will see him in full heels, a gown, because he doesn't conform to just any gender. He doesn't conform to a male or a female.
Right.
I
He
think they don't
just
have to
see
have a
he
So
personality.
just
They
this
can go back and
basically is
forth.
just
They can
like to
just one day I
respect.
might want to wake up looking like a dude. The next
Yeah,
day
Right.
I
like
might want
he
to put on
just
a dress.
is basically
Like
like I conform to, especially in ballroom for the categories. It's basically I conform to the fashion part of ballroom, or I just conform to what I like as far as fashion. Even with face, it's like when being a GNC face is not that I'm a boy or a girl. I may want to wear a high ponytail, but still look like a boy in the face. That's GNC face.
Right. All right.
It,
And it's basically just to I guess like respect the
pronouns.
the
the
pronouns
different
of the people that are
identities.
walking. It's not even really about the category at that point. It's about because I mean runway is just I mean they be doing all type of stuff for runway anyway. So it's really about just giving respect for the people that identify as that and
Yeah,
giving them a space and opportunity to perform.
yeah.
So the next one is $500 for commentator versus commentator, and that's phone sex. It's called the chat line. Tonight, you are turning the boys and the girls on by giving us a nasty, and I mean nasty chant. So, do they have to like actually be vulgar, or does that mean like ballroom nasty?
It's a both.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay,
yeah. We want them to be like, "Ka, ka, 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 ah, ah, ah." Like, we want to hear a story. We want to hear like like something talk about like talk about pussy, fat, Make it skirt. I don't want to hear nothing about no scat, bitch. I don't know.
Right,
The return of
right,
the black.
right,
Bitch, I
right,
don't know.
right.
But
No, that's good. That's good.
you talk about that's good, man. Shut up.
No, for real. Right. That is I think all of these categories honestly like on a serious note are very creative and it 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 really touches a lot of different little kinks that um I guess are around. So I like how y'all just set this up and I can tell y'all put a lot of thought into this as well. So the next one is S&M. It's best dress for $444. Why did you do the 444 and the 222s and all that?
It's only 444s, 222s, and 111s. Those are my angel numbers. So,
Okay.
and they all break down to the same. So 111 equals 222, which equals 444. So anything that was going to be $400 or $200 or $100, well, not anything, but most of that, like if it was a subcategory, like the main category, I just made it 111 and 222 and 444 because it pushes out good energy. And I feel like that, like even one ball when I gave people their trophies, I gave them stones and crystals in the bag. So like it just kind of like just continue to like push out good energy. So even with the category
Okay.
number, I'm sending them off with good energy.
Right. I know that's right. All right. Okay, best dress. Male figure versus female figure versus GNC. So it's three trophies. Wearing combinations of leather and lace and complemented with a mask or headpiece with an S&M twist. Uh, I mean, I guess that's pretty straightforward. Wear a combination of leather and lace. Um,
Yeah, combination of leather and lace, they could do that. And we just want to hit that the the S&M twist can be in the headpiece, it can be in the outfit, it can be in wherever. We just want to see an S&M twist. So some people said the way it's written, they thought
so
they
I'm
had
just
to have
trying to
a
think of like,
headpiece that has S&M. It don't have to be the head. It could be the headpiece, but you have to have a mask or a headpiece. But the
I'm
S&M twist can be wherever in your outfit. You know.
right. I'm trying to think of like questions that people might be walking might have. So when you think of like leather, you normally think of like I guess more urban looks. What if somebody wants to go more classic?
But
Like
that's what we're looking
Cinderella.
for. I will hope they will think classic because it's best dress.
Yeah, so that just happened at a so my mom, which is Kimbella West, just threw a ball in Atlanta this past weekend that was the similar things. I helped her write the categories for it to kind of keep the same kind of thing going because I knew I was gonna promote it at my ball. Was that selfish? No, but but she had a best dress that had literally the same thing, and that happened. One of the walkers that was walking GNC came out in a leather and lace outfit, and I think the outfit was fab. But after they walked off, I told them I think that was more of a streetwear outfit. It still has to be the best dress, structure, the best dress presentation. And I think when you think of leather and lace, there's a lot of stuff they can do with leather and lace.
As
Uh,
far as like think like leather and lace suits, or for the women leather and lace actual gowns that you can put together with the what's the name, you have to still think like a fashion person. If you're gonna walk best dress, you still have to put your mind in that fashion sense, like okay, this is still best dress.
But like you said, I think it can go like when you just think leather in general, I think it can go real streetwear real fast.
Yeah.
But it
Well,
just
I seen the
depends on
people
how
that
you put it.
people that did it because it was like five people that walked at this ball. Only one of them really didn't get it, and the one that didn't get it was a newer person to ballroom. All the
Got
people that walked best dress, like they understood, like all their outfits gave a best dress look, and it was leather and lace.
got
The one that gave like a streetwear effect came from the Kiki scene. This was their first time walking a mainstream ball.
you.
So but the outfit was fab, no shade. The outfit was fab, and I think I could see where they seen the best dress elements, but it was more streetwear elements to it than it was best dress elements, and they just needed some tailoring.
It just
But
got a little too creative.
yeah, that's what it was. It was too creative. It was too, yeah, yeah.
All right, so the next one is streetwear versus high fashion. Oh, this is urban streetwear versus high fashion. For $222 during your 40 Shades mummification. You wore layers upon layers. This year, opt for a summer look by shedding those layers, but don't forget to wear your harness. Wait, a summer look by shedding your layers,
So
but
So
last
don't forget to
year,
wear. So you want people to be naked, basically?
no, 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 no. So if you, she said doing 40 shades, doing your 40 shades mummification, you wore layers upon layers. So
Right, because the first one they had to come layered and layered and layered.
this year, opt for a summer look. And she said by shedding those layers and don't forget your harness. So not wearing those layers this year to look as a summer look with a harness.
that's it. Yeah. So instead of having layers on layers, some people that walk streetwear or high fashion, they be like sweater, t-shirt, da 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 da, coat, jacket. You be like, ooh, that's a lot. First
Right,
of all, it's hot as hell in Dallas. I
right.
didn't want these people to come in here with all of that on. Baby, bring us a cute cute streetwear high fashion summer look. And with a cute little harness they make designer harnesses for the ones
Right.
that wear high fashion, for the ones that do urban, they make urban harnesses. Like, baby, come on. Y'all
Mhm.
know I ain't want y'all to be sitting there, child, burning up in the streetwear look.
No, for real. Yeah, because it's gonna be the end of June, and it's Texas. Yeah,
You looking at 88 to 90 degrees, baby.
Shit, 90, 100, goddamn.
you
It's 88, 90 now.
is it? Damn. Shit.
you looking on being hot. I'm trying to keep you cool.
Yes.
Because and I like I said, a lot of these categories, if I wrote them, like especially I work like streetwear versus high fashion, I did that based off the fact of what he did last year, and I just flipped it. And I was like, oh, y'all wore layers and layers last year. I'll here to share some of them layers and do a little summer look for streetwear this year.
It
Let's
makes
make it
sense.
fun.
It makes sense. It makes sense. It makes a lot of sense. And it's for $222, so it's not like it's for 5K. So, bring a cute little look, but still be competitive and still know that somebody else is coming for your trophy. So the next one is chain play for $111. Sneaker versus sneaker. Tonight you're standing on business. Bring it in a stylish sneaker that incorporates chains and or straps. That makes sense. Okay, and Desire Dungeon, $222 for Bazaar. Tonight we'll bring the Desire Dungeon to life. Bring us a bizarre look that showcases your desires and appeals to our senses. And I'm guessing those will be sexual desires.
Yes.
Gotcha. Cause I'll bring food or something. I don't know.
Well, that's some people's sexual desire.
Right?
Some people, you don't remember Rolly in the tub with all that spaghetti rubbing it on her titties?
No, I don't know. I don't know what this stuff. No. Um.
uh,
Okay. So, what can I ask about? I mean, that kind of Bazaar is real open anyway. It's not. You gotta. This right there. So just bring in how you see. Bazaar is one of the most creative categories. So I
yeah,
want to
for
see what
sure.
y'all do for that.
And there's been a lot of newer people walking Bazaar, so we wanted to do it because a lot of times, a lot of balls out here wasn't really having it. And, when you do have it, you see at least one or two people, hitting the floor. And I've seen over the last couple of balls I've been going to in other little places, I've been seeing one or two people hitting the floor too. So I'm like, let's just do a little something for it. It ain't really much. And then normally when they have it, don't have nothing on it. So we was like, we'll just put a good 222 on it. Give them
Yeah.
something.
Yeah. And then the funny thing is they be bringing the most shit. They got the most shit they gotta bring to be no. Just think how they feel when the ball gets put down early. And
Okay.
they standing there looking stupid and all that shit. Um Hershey, you can do the
Bondage
$444 performance.
performance, beginner's performance, facial bondage. The effect is up to you. Just make sure your face is covered. simple, straight to the point. Your effect is up to you. Still think that this is 40 Shades of Choke. This is, that type of ball. So kind of keep your effect in that realm, I would say.
Okay,
And
so here's the thing. I was in LA at the Kiki ball, the awards ball, right? So they had bring it fully concealed. So it was a lot of people that had lace as a mask, and they were getting
so,
shot because
okay.
technically lace is like see through.
So,
So
okay, when we say,
Well, we don't. It just say your face is covered honestly, and it's facial bondage. So
correct.
I think if they have on a lace mask over their face, I think that'll be. What you think? I think that'll
Yeah,
be
I
fine.
think, to me personally, I think that would be fine. Listen, they're voguing. They need to
Right.
be able to see what the hell is going on. I
and
am not.
breathe and breathe. Damn.
Yes,
Yeah.
like I'm not trying to make nobody spin into a reel, bust their head open, ball over because we're trying to make them be fully concealed.
And especially because this is the beginners, they need to be
Yeah,
able to see. But we also want them to like go off of just their completely vogue, like just
Right.
them just coming like with people not knowing who it is. Because a lot of times these newer people even get the politics, they even get, oh, that's what's her name, daughter, pick her. No,
So
we tell them,
what if they bring it in a shiesty? Is that okay? Even though
I think
like the
so.
nose
Yeah,
and
did
the
they
eyes
face?
would be, I mean the mouth and the eyes would be out.
Yeah, they face is
they
covered.
they need to breathe. Their face is
Yeah,
Right,
I
covered,
don't
right.
want their
and they
eyes to be
need to
covered.
breathe and
Like, yeah.
see.
I just wanted
Like,
to I just wanted to
I
ask that question because that was a mess like a
Yeah,
few
I'm
weeks
not
ago.
anal about stuff like that. Like, I'm not looking for nobody to try to kill themselves to walk the ball. Like, that's crazy.
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
even because I
And if you
remember
look at the
even
picture on facial bondage, the
the
some of them may just
woman.
have just a strap around just this part of their face. Like as long as they
Yeah.
have their face covered, but I wanted the face
Obscure it
covered.
in some type of way. I
Yeah.
got you. All right. Well, the next one is
Open to all, old way versus new way.
yeah.
Tonight, you desire to be wrapped up. Bring it mummified. That's simple. I mean, I will hope it's simple. That means your effect you should look like a mummy.
Right. Yeah.
So,
I don't
Sounds
get
simple to
how that's a
me.
kink though. How was that a kink?
That's a king. Mummification is one of the big kinks.
That's weird. That's weird as hell. That's,
uh,
it said people get off on that.
female. Oh my God, you is funny.
we try to
Female
keep it
figure.
to it was some way weirder shit than that, but we try to keep it to not too extreme.
Right.
uh,
Female figure performance. Kimbaku
yeah,
uses rope.
Kimbaku.
Kimbaku uses ropes. Artful tie is that tying skills and
Yeah,
layering ropes to make a work of art. So I'm taking it because I'm sure y'all wrote this that he's looking for y'all to be in rope, like a rope type of effect.
yeah.
So
I,
rope only.
I mean, it don't have to be only like some people they could have on like a little catsuit with ropes tied around them or something like that, but they had to have ropes on their effect. It got to be tied. They got to be
Okay.
having. Yeah.
But they
that
don't have to
is
be restricted like their arms and
No.
okay.
no, we not telling you to vogue like pussy.
Right. Okay.
uh,
We're not telling you to vogue
Everybody
like
can't
my
pull that off.
DC
okay.
and not have your hands. If you, I don't want you killing yourself. Listen, once
Right.
again, we are not trying to make you kill yourself to walk our ball. But it's no shame now. If you just, want to be that femme queen and just come out in nothing but robes, please have some tassels over them nipples. We are going to be recording and we got to be able to put that on YouTube.
My
Nobody want to
page was
be
just blocked
censoring
for a
you.
fucking week because of Body from the live in Miami.
Mm.
For Body, not even Sex Siren.
Yeah, we don't want nobody to to be blocked. Their YouTube page is gone. We don't want none of that at the ball. So if you gonna be daring and just wear rope, put a little tassel on them nipples.
It looks like this.
Cover
Yeah,
them
like if your
nipples.
breasts are out, period, you should have on pasties. Like for real.
Yes, put something over
For real.
that.
And double sided tape. Like, make sure your garments stay like where they supposed to stay. Like, we ain't got time for that.
Butch Queen Vogue Femme. Tonight we tie them up,
Y'all sound
incorporating
good right
red
now. Damn.
ropes. So y'all gotta incorporate red ropes. Femme Queens just gotta have ropes. Y'all gotta have red ropes.
Okay.
Realness with a twist. You must walk realness, but bring it back, incorporating lingerie.
So is that realness part one, or do they have to walk their realness
They
category?
have to walk their realness category and then come back.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, and they say incorporating lingerie.
Not meaning wearing full lingerie. So if you still want to be a boy and have a little something on,
Yeah, because I don't as a because initially when they brought it, they was like bring it back in lingerie. I'm like me as a twister, I hate when they have it like that. Like I don't want to have to always. I don't like wearing girl clothes and lingerie. It's kind of crazy. I feel too revealed. Like I won't vote my best. So like let's have them incorporated. They want to have on however they want to do it. I ain't gonna give them no hints, but incorporate lingerie.
Oh,
Like
so they can like have regular clothes underneath and then put them on top of the clothes, so they don't have to be like balls out, ass out. Yeah.
correct. They can
Okay.
have on a piece of lingerie. They just need to incorporate lingerie.
Oh, well, yeah. I know somebody gonna come out there and pull lingerie, dog.
Oh, I already know.
A
The,
few.
the, the Femme Queen Twisters is what I call them.
Yeah, I already know.
Well, and they
Um,
got it. Shit, as long as they got it. If they incorporated lingerie, I can't tell them how much or how less too. As long as they
right.
incorporate it.
There you go. And dress performance.
a predicament bonding refers to comfortability, and thigh high. I think that's what you were trying to go for. You need to change that.
Do
It's
it
a
say thing
thing.
high?
Yes, it
Yeah.
does. And thigh high boots and a corset. Everybody's not perfect, y'all. You know, we
I
was
want to know
probably
how
writing
thigh
a
high
little
boots
fast.
and a corset refers to comfortability though. That don't sound comfortable.
It
Right.
is.
It sounds uncomfortable. That's what
Right.
predicament bondage is. Most bondage is uncomfortable. So that's what bondage is. It's kind of like strapping you up or making you putting you in uncomfortable positions. Um, so most drags normally vogue in heels anyway. So
Right.
because you had to put on the heel, I like to see girls. And a lot of times when I write balls, I write them based on like what I like to see. And I think that's the good thing about being a promoter. You can write the ball based on what you like to see.
Right.
So I like to see my girls in thigh highs. So, but if you're a ball girl or you're a girl that got to put on heels anyway, make it a thigh high tonight.
All right.
And a corset. Don't forget that corset.
Okay.
Legendary performance. Tonight, I'm inhabiting a fantasy within my own little nasty world. Implement it in leather with a gag ball effect. Think bondage. Simple. Put on something leather and have that gag ball in your mouth when you come out for your tens, boo.
Okay.
And you don't have to keep it in when you better. And like I said, I'm not trying to kill nobody. You take that shit up out your mouth. You swallow that ball while you voguing, bitch. I don't know how to
Wait.
help you.
Do they have to even keep it in for the entire tens, or can they just come out with it?
They could come out with it because I know some gag balls come with just like the gag ball and the stick. Some come where you can tie it up. Listen, please just have it in your mouth when you come out. If you walk out, take it out, put it on the judge's panel, give it to your house member, something.
Right.
I promise
Make sure
you.
them judges see it first.
Yes, I'm not trying to kill y'all.
Right. All right. So
All right.
I think that's it for the performance. The next
That's
one
it for the
is
performance.
face. I hope Kelly's still on here because she was asking about face. So face is pyrosexual. It's the arousal of fire, green and red. She needed a question for that. Um I mean that's so straightforward. It's bringing in red.
That is crazy.
Pet Play is sex siren for $222.
Also,
And
too, before you move on, so with Faith, we're going to add new Faith on there. You just got to bring it in your perspective category as well. I know y'all don't see it on there, and people have been hitting me up. Yes, new Faith
all of the
is
categories are the
it.
same.
Yeah. So yeah,
Oh,
bring
but
it
you're
in
saying you're
red,
going
new
to add
Faith.
new face. Okay.
Correct. So
Okay, so
new
let me ask,
Faith.
because you said bring it in red. Is it all red or just mostly red? Do
It's
shoes
fire.
count? Do accessories count? Like, what are we doing with that?
So it's fire. So if somebody had like red and they had like the yellow and like the thing that looked like fire.
Even blue, because blue flames.
Yeah, as long as it looked like fire, it don't have to be you know all red. I don't know if we need to specify that, but
Well, that's why the live is happening now. So as y'all just heard it from Dion, it don't have to be all red. It has to look like fire though.
if it's red, like red specifies fire. So like
Correct.
if they have on full red and they got on a nice gown, then that's the thing. So I don't think it
But
has.
like, let's say if they wanted to have like maybe their hair or maybe even their dress be like an ombre effect from like yellow to red to orange or something like that. As long as it gives flames, I guess that's
Yeah,
okay. But if you
yeah,
don't want to do that, you can just do all red.
yes.
Are you accepting burgundy wine? Are you accepting those type of things as
Yeah,
red?
I'm not. I think all those are red. So if I say red, then it's red. So like, yeah, as long as they come out there and they're presentable red, then all of those are different shades of red. So I
Okay.
accept all shades of red. Well, not because I guess pink can be considered a shade of red too.
To
So
be honest, I don't really consider all them reds. Like to me, burgundy and wine, those are like their own things. But I guess it could be in the red family, but it really just depends on what the
So
particular
only the
ball wants
reason
to
why I say
see.
that is because we had a ball that happened where they was chopping people for shades of red, and when they looked up shades of red, all of those were on there. So
Um,
burgundy, wine, lit specifically, where all those were like shades of red.
okay, well,
Yeah, but I mean,
red in
I
my
think
face.
I think I would play it safe, and just do something that visibly looks red, so we don't
Right,
have to go through all of that.
right,
Correct.
right,
Uh, yeah,
right. To be
yeah.
fair. Okay, so what about the accessories as well? Because you have wooden space, it's like it's so much that goes into that. So there's a lot of extra things people may put on. Do all those have to be red? So let's say
I
like
would say,
earrings,
I would say accessories don't
necklaces.
count.
yeah, accessories don't count for me.
Yeah.
I tell them your accessories.
And I'm about to put that on there now. Bring it in red or a fire inspired look.
Accessories don't count. What about
Yeah.
shoes? Do the shoes count?
To me, shoes is an accessory.
Yeah.
Like,
Mm, I don't know if shoes are an accessory. Shoes are
it.
like a
Re-
necessity though.
I feel
Accessories
like
are
most
like
categories.
optional, like a hat or a bag, like a shoe. Like you need a shoe. Like where you going to the
Yeah, I
Yeah.
beach?
mean, you
Like
do need a shoe, but you really don't. Depending on your effect, you can walk barefooted.
mm,
No. But I get what y'all saying. But I think she's
don't you
saying
walk
like she
barefoot out
classify
there
it.
for
She's not
parties?
saying like shoes are an accessory. She's saying like the way
Like,
it's classified as far as like,
I
accessories don't
got you.
count, shoes don't count type situation.
yeah, because I think we get too lost into that where you be like, let me
But
see
I
your
put it set but
shoes.
to clear all that out, I put bring it in a red or fire inspired look, accessories or shoes don't count.
I'm just
Right.
asking because you know how people can be. They'd be like, "Oh no, you
No,
got a
and I
you got a
appreciate
black
you
you got a
doing this
black
because it's
thread
making
right
me
there.
have a chance
It's
to
a
go through
chop."
some of these things and troubleshoot and make sure that a lot of those, either misspelled words or things that we need to add are being added like right now. So
Yeah, and I mean, there's so much information to do. It's so easy to like overlook something when you
yeah,
got all that shit up there.
yeah.
You trying to make sure just all the categories is up there. You try to make sure all the prices is right. I can understand like missing a word or two here or there. But yeah. So the next one is did we? I think we on
Pet
sex
play.
siren. Yeah, pet play.
Uh-huh.
In pet play, there's a person that is moving into the role of a pet. Bring it, incorporating your assigned pet, and playfully seduce the judges. The femme queens got to bring it like a bunny. The women's got to bring it like a panda. The senior sex sirens have to bring it like a lion. The junior sex sirens bring it like a snake. The cat boys obviously bring it like a cat. And the legends have to bring it inspired by the pet of their choice. So why nobody got to be a dog?
Well,
Because that's actually the pet like king, ain't it? Like the
well,
people that
no,
be wearing
I
the
gotta
dog
add
faces.
trans men, and they could be the
All
dog,
right.
and that makes more perfect sense. That's why it didn't, because the universe knew that this gonna happen, and we needed a dog, and trans men make most sense to be that. So, yeah.
Yes. I want my complimentary crystals, Dion. I didn't know you was giving out crystals, but I love me a crystal.
I got you. We're gonna have some at the bar.
Okay.
Crystal play. No, I'm just playing. No, and they gonna think we talking about some other shit. We say
Oh
crystal
right.
play.
No. We talking about no drugs.
Okay. Okay, trans man.
Um,
Is it trans man or trans man? Trans
unless
man.
it's weed.
Trans
Trans
man.
men, trans men, because we got women, so why wouldn't it be trans men?
Yeah, trans men.
That is funny that we say trans man, but
Instead of trans men.
women say so, but trans man. Um,
Which those the sex siren is straightforward. The reason we have another sex siren and another performance because the people do still have to get their points for of the year. We do know that.
Yeah, because we got these already as the main categories, but the way they are, they're like ancillary categories, kind of like like is only for soft and cunt, and that it excludes a lot of people, and we want to make sure that people can get their points for other year here. So
right.
bring it in there and look inspired by a dog.
So after sex siren, we got body, which is our exhibitionist.
Exhibitionists are
Exhibitionist.
okay.
Go
Exhibit.
ahead. Go ahead, Jay.
Exhibitionists are stimulated by being nude. Bring it as nude as possible.
Yeah,
Now,
yeah, you might have to cut your camera off for that one, huh?
Or
like it's
blur
not.
them out.
This is what I started doing. I started putting all the sex siren and body clips on my app, Ballroom Culture TV, that's available in the Google Play and the App Store. Um, Everybody still hits me up at least 20 times a day, asking me where the body and sex siren clips from all the recent balls. Like I said, YouTube has been cracking down. They've been like deleting the videos, and just recently they blocked my page for a week. That's why I had to put the last two balls on my second YouTube channel because I couldn't post. So I'm not trying to get my channel taken down. So I'm just going to just post all the body and sex siren clips on my app, and that way, we don't have to go through any type of logistics with YouTube or whatever the fuck they doing. Um, and yeah,
So
I'm
body and sex siren people, if y'all want y'all clip, y'all gonna have to go to his app, not
I'm not even gonna
YouTube.
show it on the live. Like I'm scared, honestly. So I hope YouTube I don't know works that out because it's like it's not like people actually on here having actual sex or not even most of the time not even showing like full nudity. So it's just disheartening when they taking these steps like this. And I know a lot of people pages have been affected.
Because of it.
Yeah. So well, while we wait on him to come back, um no, I really want him to come back to talk about this next category. This category is where I was like, I haven't seen this category. I don't think I've ever seen this category in
Oh
person.
my
I've
god!
only
So
seen it
this is a
on like old ass clips.
old school category. This is
Old
a
school.
old school category.
I was like, somebody showing their age putting this on here.
And it was Deon because it was
See,
not me. And I've been in ballroom for quite some time, but I wanted to do this category. I was like, I'm here for it. Let's have fun. Fuck it.
he gotta come back and he gotta talk about this because I want to know what inspired this. Because honestly, I don't know if this category really works today.
It
You know what
does.
I'm
It still works today because so just going off of it, I want him to talk about what inspired him to put it. But going off of it, just think about it. You have two people that are cunty that is dating. You don't know who is the top and who is the bottom. You
saying?
don't know who doing what. You got two masculine niggas that look like they both rob banks. You don't know who doing who.
So do they reveal who is zooming who during the tens or does that during the
So
battle?
now, like, who's doing who is really like I don't know how he wants to do it, but they can
Yeah,
reveal
so
it
he
in the
gotta come back. He
tens,
gotta come back.
and mind you, they can judge off of what was the biggest gag factor to them as judges. But I don't know how he wants to do it. He have to come back and
That's what I'm
explain
saying.
that
'Cause
to
I've
y'all.
never seen this category in person. I've never seen this done. So he
Yeah,
gotta
this
come
is
back
an
and he gotta
older
explain what's this
category.
category. Rachel, you missed everything. No, but basically we was talking about the $5,000 category that you need to walk. Um, it's soften cunt for 5K, and Hershey said he want to see you on the floor himself. So
She knows this already. We've
okay,
had this discussion.
you
She
better
know.
had, you better had. But basically, like y'all gotta bring it with a 20-second fab intro. They don't want no productions though, so keep it real simple. Maybe talk a little shit and just give like your best performance. But Rachel was real soft and Rachel was real entertaining. So I feel like if she walk that category, she gonna be one of the ones that
Trust
like.
me, it's a lot of them that's out there that I've seen that is entertaining, that is African, that I'm like, I am actually itching to see hit the black of that floor and be like it's no shade. I would love to see what's the name, Balmain from Chicago.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I would love to see Armani Balenciaga his little chocolate self come on out. Soft and
Mm-hmm.
cunt. Entertaining. Like I want to see some entertaining soft and cunts get to the back of that runway and make me be like, yo, y'all just really did this tonight.
Right. Where he at though? Like he ain't coming
Let
right
me
here.
text the hopefully
Right.
his phone didn't die.
It probably did. That's probably what it is.
I think his phone died. I know he probably like, wait, hold on.
He need to come on his laptop because he can do it on his computer. But yeah, so I guess while we waiting on him to explain that category, because
Yeah, and I know he added the feet category too. Listen, this is a sex ball.
I
He
mean
wanted,
that's
I
that's
guess,
that's yeah the feet,
feet is a fetish.
yeah, the
Not
feet
my
is
type of fetish. I wouldn't know how to judge it. I don't like feet. This is something Dion wanted. I was just like, hey, go for it. I wanted, like, I get it though, because he just, like, I get the fun aspect of it. And it's
hmm.
something new for ballroom. It's something
I've
new.
actually seen this category. They had this category before.
Really? I've
Hmm.
never seen this feet category before.
Hmm. I'm not a foot fetish person. I mean, I like feet a little bit, but I'm not like a foot fetish person. But I mean, I think it's interesting to put in with the category. Um, I guess I don't know, like
It gives people something to like, I guess, do. Some people do just have pretty feet. If you
right,
ain't can't walk nothing else, you can walk something that's dealing with your feet.
right. So I don't know. We waiting on him to come back, but this is the last category. These are the last two categories. I mean, I guess if you have a category, if you have a question about who's them and who, just it says it's a twin flame in matching outfits and the shoes don't count. So who's them and who is basically two people that are a couple that and you walk the category and you're supposed to reveal like who is the top and who is the bottom, and it's supposed to be like a shock or whatever, and I guess the judges vote on who is the biggest shock. I know like if you are in like a relationship with like a femme queen and like a male figure, a lot of times that could be, you know, shocking or whatever if the femme queen is the top or whatever, you know. So I guess that's the lore to the category, I guess. It's an old school category. I've never even seen
It's
this
a
like
category from
category
way,
shit
way, way back in the day that the
way
people
back
used to
in the
walk
day.
and used to shock everybody. Because, you know, of course, at that time, you would think a masculine guy was bending over, so it'd be like, oh my God. But
Right.
in these days, more people are more in shock that somebody that is feminine or somebody like that walk Butch Queen Folk Femme is topping. They be like, what the fuck? Never would have thought that. That's more of a shock value.
I mean, to me, it's not shocking. Like,
But
I
to a lot of
that's why I say
people, it
I don't really think this
is.
category really works today, especially in the day and age where half of everybody is fucking on Twitter. I don't know. You know what I mean? It's
It
like
is,
it
but it
can.
also too. But you don't know what people like. You don't know. Prime example: a man and Fatty walking this. We don't know what's going on with them two.
I mean, we
But
can
it
pretty
will
much
be a shock.
guess.
But it will be a shock. Like, oh, that. Oh, okay.
I would
Wouldn't have
say
thought that.
I wouldn't be surprised. Honestly, I would just be like, it just don't surprise. Maybe just because I'm older, like it just don't surprise me. But
But you know, certain people still get surprised by these things. And it
yeah,
was just, you know, something to have fun with. He
is that
did
who you
text
want to see
me.
walk it? Is
No, 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 no. That is
Fanny?
not who I want to see. What I don't want to see nobody walking. This is not my category. I, I personally don't care who's doing who, but go ahead. Who but Deon said his phone died and take it forever to come back on. But
Oh
yeah,
my god!
I
Just
mean,
tell him
if
to
y'all have
do it by his laptop. We only got one more category, two more categories. But yeah, what was you saying?
I would say if y'all have any questions, y'all can reach out to me or Dion. Most
Right.
people have my Facebook. Most people have Dion's Facebook. Reach out to us and we'll explain it. You know, I explain categories to people very well. Like you in second grade, I try to so that you can understand.
Yes.
And just be ready to come out and have an experience. I promise you, it's going to be an experience. It's going to be fun. You got to have a good time in Dallas, Texas. And do not forget, please don't come down here with sweaters and stuff. You will gag.
No, for real.
You
It's funny
go.
because it's like Dallas, it be hot as hell in the summertime, but then like in the fall or in I guess the winter, I don't. I've been out there in the fall before. It was kind of cold a
It
little
be
bit,
cold. It be like Midwest cold out here.
but it'd be
Well,
like Florida heat down there.
yeah, like when it get hot, it gets hot. So all houses, please think about what you trying to make your house wear to come to a ball. Cause baby, don't gag. Y'all be sitting there looking like y'all in a sauna together.
Right. So I guess like what other has this is this your first ball?
So this is not my first ball. This is my first ball in Texas.
Okay, here he is. Ooh, I was trying to star away, man.
Why my phone just cut back on too now?
Mind
uh
you, he was
You on the
like,
laptop. You look
he
laptop
wants you
right
to
now.
explain this
Yeah, no,
category,
you
who's
definitely
doing
gotta
who.
explain this who's zooming who.
uh
Cause I was telling him I have never seen this category in real life. Like I've
I
only
don't think
seen
they've
this
done
on
it in real
old
life,
school
and
ball
because I
clips.
couldn't find a lot of references of how. I mean, they've done it in real life. I don't think they've done it in a long ass time, like a long ass time. And
Yeah,
I used to
like
hear about
NWA
it,
days.
and the way I used to hear about it was different than how the videos went when I was looking it up. So I kind of recreated it how I wanted to see it at the bar. We need a little bit more explanation. So basically, is it possible? Can you play videos on here?
I think I gotta upload it, but let me see. I'm
You
still
couldn't like go to
learning.
YouTube and play YouTube?
Maybe. Look, you would probably know better.
Let me
This
see. Present.
live streaming and stuff is real new to me. You know, I'm just used to
Okay,
like
so
live
present,
streaming.
share screen. Can
Yeah,
you
do
see my
that.
screen?
Yeah, do that. Look, you know it
Can
better than I do. Look,
you see my
this is something
screen?
that I want to get into. Okay, I gotta put it up. Okay. How did you do that? You gotta tell me how you did that.
We understand. If you're real,
Yeah.
I will.
It
Are
Oh,
you
went
you
gonna
said
be
out.
with us all? I guess you should have said let numbers walk,
you can
but
see my
who's
screen?
your man?
Nah, I just
Turn
see
around,
Jay
fella.
screen.
Who's your man?
You can
Who?
see.
Gotta get a rough neck. Come on and let's
Wait,
see
hold on.
who's your man. Who?
Wait, you
And I
said y'all
gotta
can't see my
re-add
screen?
it.
It's a hold off. Try to pull it
Okay,
up again.
no, that's good.
Okay.
Okay.
Gotta
Okay.
do it again. You good now.
We understand.
Enlarge it.
If you're real,
Y'all hear
how
it?
real are you gonna be with us
Yeah,
all?
we can hear it. Make it big. There you go.
We understand.
It's
If
like
you're
Mario
real,
Lopez.
how real are you gonna be with us all? I guess you should have said let numbers walk, but who's your man? Turn around, fellas. Who's your man? Who? Gotta get a rough neck. Come on and let's see who's your man. Who?
How did you do this? That kiss look like it hurt. Why you kissing the hand like that? Oh, okay. I mean, but that's who I thought was gonna be the top in the bottom guy.
I need a rough neck. Who's your man? Who? Who is your man? Who? Can you tell?
Baby, his face
Scorpion.
red after that kiss.
Right, like why is they kissing each other so hard? They trying to just be like
Yes.
make a moment.
Who's your man?
They
Who? Can you
goddamn
tell?
biting each other's
Can
face
you
off.
tell who's your man? Who? You can. You're not supposed to be able to. If you can spook, it's not. If you can spook, then they gotta be chopped. You're not supposed to be able to who can tell who's your man. Who?
How you get chopped for who's in the who?
And Jason.
I need my hair.
Scorpio as a comeback.
Judges have made
I
a
like how the
decision
movie.
that you look like you get fucked, and they made up their mind, and you are shocked.
All right, come back. They want y'all to come back. Stop.
Baby, they look like they was fighting.
Well,
Right. What?
They look like they on crack. I mean, so I said.
Come on, boys. Let the boys be boys. Let the
Oh.
boys be boys.
They are about to fight.
Can you tell? Can you tell? Who's zooming
They ate
who?
this to me.
Can you tell who's zooming who?
Well, not this much. This much.
They trying to
Check it
beat each
out.
other. We don't want to see this.
But wait a minute, they're still gonna say who's zooming who.
Right, they just fought. They didn't even. This is why I'm confused about this category, because I think they was confused about this category back in the day.
We don't know who's zooming who, but we want to make sure they zooming. And these motherfuckers are
Right, they not even fucking. They just up there wrestling.
What you got to do is score them. Thank you.
So they got chopped.
Okay.
All right. Well, that was
Hold on, I'm gonna call you. Right back. Okay.
So let them know what you're looking for that category.
exactly. What is you
Okay.
looking
So now, what was the question?
You need to let them know what you looking
what they
for
about to do?
who's who.
Like they got to go up there and kiss each other and then start act like they humping. Like what is
No,
it?
so that's very old. I just wanted to show y'all that. I literally was just looking at that. It's so funny because I was literally just looking at that category. But the reason why I did it, well, what I want them to do is basically it's kind of like a breakdown of like you really don't know who's doing who. Back in the day, it was like from what I heard, it was the way they made it seem like it was a realness category. But the way it was presented to me, it wasn't. It was just like kind of almost realness in some respects,
It
but
kind of is when you think about it. It is like
yeah, it's kind of like almost realness of like seeing if these two dudes, if it's two dudes, but also it with today's society, it's so many different breakdowns of relationships because you got people that you got trans men and trans women dating, you got gender non-conforming people dating all kind of different people. So like it's really just going up there, and if you could look at this couple and tell who is zooming who, then it's a chop. If you can't, then they get to stand to the side. Then if you
so.
can't
All the
tell,
judges got to guess first.
nah. But if the judges don't, no, they don't guess. If when they come up, if the judges look at them like, well, I don't know who giving it, then they get 10. The judges get a 10. Each judge get a 10. We're not gonna ask them at that point who you think is zooming who. It's
But what
more.
if you look at them and be like, "Oh, you look like you definitely zooming him," but they're wrong, right? So what if it looked like something that it's not? You get what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, I do. The way we was looking at it is, it's like if the judges look at it and they look like they can tell who's doing who, and they chop them and they come up and say that they was wrong, then I guess they would stand to the side. But then it would know. I don't know. I didn't even think that deep
So I
into
guess
it.
we just gonna explore new territory for this category.
Yeah.
So
I'm
you
looking at that
basically just
category
want
like,
all of the couples to be in matching outfits this night,
yeah.
so they can walk their who's them and who. This is gonna be a first for me.
I'm gonna get a
This
little
matter.
bit more. I'm gonna be able to break it down a little bit more right now. I'm tired. I'm high. My
I'm tired
brain
too.
ain't.
Like we were just waiting on you to come on, just do this last thing, and we also had the last one
No, we
was
good. We good. But I'll be able to break down a little bit more of who's on the who maybe at a later thing, and I'm gonna put some more references and stuff like that once I
yeah.
really break it all the
So
way down.
yeah,
It's one of
follow the
those just fun
stage.
categories. It ain't for no points or nothing. It ain't like nobody gotta really do nothing. You know what I'm saying? It's just gonna be something we gonna do to
Just some
create.
fun.
Yeah,
Right.
just to have some.
Almost like shake that ass or something.
Yeah.
And then the last one is feet versus foot. Podophilia. Just bring it. Like, what type of feet do you want to see? I guess.
What kind of feet do you want to see?
I will hope pretty feet. Don't
Yeah,
y'all come up here, y'all toes lapping
pretty
on top
feet.
of each other.
You would if you would think that your foot would look better than the next person's foot to try to get how much is that $100?
Yeah, 111.
Yeah, shit. If you think your feet look better than the next person's foot, come put it out there. Shit.
All right. All
Now,
right.
if you got
Anybody else?
corns and stuff, and your
But you
feet,
know
your
you're not gonna get
toenail
that one.
black,
Unicorns and bunions and all those things up. What's that? Pioneering legend civil. What's that? Oh, tomorrow.
Pendavis, aka Bags, Bunny, Pendavis, aka Pretty Con. The category's namer is watching.
Oh.
Right. Um, yeah, I mean, I guess that's pretty much it. If you do have any questions, where can they reach out to y'all again for the last time, and also where can they send their money for their sponsorships if they want to sponsor anything higher, or if they just want to put money towards the.
So if you want to sponsor any type of money, please reach out to Dion. I do not like accepting people money. I be having a
And I
lot
don't
going on.
mind.
I, I I have a lot going on that I do not need nothing else coming into my accounts. But what needs to come, send that to Dion. But
Okay.
y'all can reach me at Hershey Leroy on Facebook. You can reach me at Hershey. Um, Dubois on Instagram and TikTok. I mean, you can just reach me. Mind you, I'm 9 times out of 10 on Facebook, 24/7, 7 days a week. I read a message, open up messages. If I'm not your friend, I check my message requests and everything just to make sure don't nobody got a message for me. So, I mean, you can reach me on Facebook, all platforms, and I'll answer your questions. Like I said, I don't mind sitting on the phone with you breaking down no category.
Okay.
Yes. So same thing. If you got any questions, you can feel free to reach me at Deon Kristen on Facebook, and Hardheaded ENT on Instagram. My email is info.hardheaded.ent. That's info.hardheaded, HARDHEADH, damn, HARDHEADED .ent at gmail.com. And yeah, I thank you, Jay. I
Yes,
think you
thank
were one
you.
of the most professional people to work with. You were very easy to work with. I appreciate your whole package. It
Yes,
was a great
and
experience,
I
which is why, like I said,
appreciate
when people
you.
fuck with me, I fuck with them. I was like, I'm bringing Jay back. Like, I'm having another
Yeah,
bar. It's
that's
gonna be the same. It's
listen.
about team, and we're gonna
I
rock
go
this
by
shit
the
out.
same motto. I definitely go by the same motto. I really appreciate you bringing me on this second time. The first time was really, really nice experience. I can't wait to see what this one is. I feel like this one is going to be even bigger and better than the first one. So, everybody, it's the 40 to the Desire Dungeon. It's
Oh,
going
you
down
had
on
broke
Sunday.
ups.
Yeah, you remember that.
You
You
had
heard
broke up.
everybody desire dungeon.
I broke up.
Yes.
Oh damn. Okay, so I said everybody, it's the 40 Shades of Choke Ball Part 2 Desire Dungeon. It's going down in Dallas, Texas on Sunday, June 22nd, um, 2025. The doors will open at 8 p.m. Is that correct?
Yeah, I would say the doors probably be open before 8 p.m. But yeah, you about
Okay.
right.
And how much is it to get in? I don't think we said that.
Go to the event page. You'll say it on there.
Do we have the price of
No.
admission? Nope, we don't.
We got it in our notes though.
We sure do.
Well,
I
they'll
can't
add
look
that
at that
tonight.
stuff. Yeah, we'll add
Um,
that tonight. I
is
can't
there
look
going to
at
be
that.
pre-sale tickets?
It is gonna be pre-sale tickets. So the entry door is going to the bar is going to be $40, and the pre-sale tickets is going to be $40, but you'll get a free drink ticket if you do the pre-sale.
Okay. All right. So I guess you about to add the link to that in the event page tonight, or when can
Yeah,
they look for that?
they can look for it they can look for it tomorrow.
Okay. All right. So yeah, I mean that's pretty much it. We went over all the categories. If you have any questions, reach out to these two talented individuals. They about to put on a really good ball for y'all, really good Juneteenth Sunday, June
Yeah, and it's gonna be an
22nd.
experience, man. It's gonna be a dope experience. We're gonna have some entertainment in between halftime shows. I'm working with a few promoters that do like the sip and paint kind of situations. So it's not going to be as graphic as the sip and paint, but it's going to be like, sip and paint kind of like in between categories. We're going to have like the servers that's going to be there. They're going to be in theme, like walking around and stuff like that. You may see a few doms walking around with their subs and, people in costume and full theme like that. So it's definitely going to be a full experience.
So they're giving y'all the full experience, the full show. You get to see a good ball. You get to go and experience ballroom from people that want to put on a good ball, not just make money off of the community. So yeah, like we said, anybody got any questions, don't hesitate to reach out. Make your travel plans right now, and we are out.
See y'all Juneteenth weekend.
Hello, darling. I'm the icon, Sanaya Alaya, and you're watching Ballroom Culture Television.
You want some fab ballroom exclusive content on the ballroom scene? Download Ballroom Culture TV app right now.